expectation here. 3-zip. Oh, sorry, I left the score up. There's now 3-0. I'll remove the score soon. Again, I'll remember to do so before the next point. All right, still a long game to go. Timeout has been called by Waterloo. We had a nice shot of both the teams. Here, while it's still warm, you can have more. I'm concerned about is the big white tent over there, because that's just how water goes with the tents. Loudly. Because Junior, when you whispered about something, about how bad Waterloo might be playing,
no.
I'm just going to say it out loud. And it's not that they're playing poorly, it's the conditions are, their strategies are working in this condition, and
I'm just surprised it's already.
yeah, it's the thing, so McGill, first game this morning, they went up 3-0 on Queens, and Queens beat them by the end of the game. So there's still a lot of room. They just need to readjust strategy, but you're talking about one of the best teams in the country here on a pro level or on a CUC level, pretty much coming here with faster people to CUC. So I'm surprised that they lost to Carleton yesterday. Yeah. I think this field surface really helps them though. Thank you, we planted them last night. We put them together.
Great planting.
Mark Lloyd with the disc over there. Sorry, I don't know who the other players are. People from Manitoba just don't seem to come out and hang out with me in Ontario all that often.
They're busy hanging out with the Western girls.
Yes. That is a better choice, though. Jenna, you played with the Western girls as well. Although I think last time around, or 2 times, you weren't able to because of a family issue. So.
Yeah, I actually ended up having.
Yeah. So, but hopefully some other time you'll be able to. Mark, oh, nails someone on the sideline. Fantastic. Spectators really got to pay attention. Just, yeah. Landed a little bit OB. We play Ultimate at some soccer pitches, the indoor ones in Cambridge, and people, they don't understand just how much a disc hurts. Manitoba with a great zone D there, just tracking that all the way. Fortunately, the cutters just aren't committing to hard cuts.
I think everyone's just like chilled to the zone too. Even inside, they've been inside for like a while. They're just running. Couldn't get one.
Oh, great throw. But a bit of an injury now. We're going to pan away. There's a collision. The 2 players were actually. I had said we were going to pan away, but I think it's pretty important to keep focusing, because if there's anything that happened, we can determine from the film how to assist. So basically, 2 players collided. It seems to be either a knee or an ankle. We hope it's an ankle, or Jenna's motioning that it was the face.
I think he might have got smoked.
Just gotten smoked. Okay, then that's actually pretty decent. There seems to be fewer injuries and the ability to re-enter the game if you've had that sort of injury. But anyways, I hope he's okay. Waterloo players aren't really moving around all that much right now, and he's back up on his feet. It's good to hear. Smattering of applause.
Junior
Junior mentioning about mentioning leg cramps. We've seen that happen in other games. We saw that happen in the Guelph game earlier this morning. I apologize we weren't able to bring you the women's game previously. We wanted to bring you the Brock-Sherbrooke game, I believe it was, or Brock-Montreal game. Can't remember what it was, but they went to the wrong field. We should have a women's game coming up after this. We'll try to bring you the best game that we can at any particular time. Having a lot of trouble going in the wind here. It's a great cup here. It's basically you're looking at a wall. And then really short. I mean, you've got two mids that are very close to each other. Foul called. Waterloo really needs to go back to their strategy of huck and pin here, and then playing good defense.
Brian!
A Go Brian call results in a turn.
It did result in a turn.
Oh, that's a nice float. Point. Oh, I left the score up again. I apologize. Wish I could put an action on the software here such that I could say put the score up and then disappear in like 20 seconds. None. Staying warm. Dancing to stay warm. Jenna's actually holding up one of the walls of the tent right now, to the left of the camera. Let's see if we can. Over here. She can't actually, like, it's pretty bad. It's awesome. It can. Okay, Waterloo needs to get on the board here.
Let's go, Waterloo!
I think at this point, though, with this win, the experience, I mean, most of the plays have been coming out of Mark. And that's a fairly important point to make. He has a lot of experience. I mean, this is one of the best players in the country. I fully expect...
Nice grab!
An injury. Yeah, we hope it's not a shoulder dislocation. It probably isn't because of the way that he remains, unless it was a quick out and in. The conditions, they're just not warm. I mean, in these sort of conditions, teams need to come out and warm up for basically an hour and a half, just because of how cold it is and how long it's going to take to get properly warm. These teams showed up 30 minutes, if that, 20 minutes before the game because of how cold it is, and they were just sitting indoors. You should be warming up indoors before coming back out. We hope it's not dislocated. We hope he's okay to get back into the game, or really just not be in pain. You let go of the wall. It's true.
He's such good D. Good grab!
Junior here, cheering for Waterloo for some reason. Might be that she's from Waterloo. Dirty, dirty Waterlooing. Another D by Winnipeg. Or Manitoba, I apologize.
They said they're also winning.
It's very stable here. Up until there. So Brian with the disc, Cunningham. He's still slightly injured, so he's always injured for some reason or other. They had a very hard season, Maverick, this year. They played on hard fields, practice on them. They played a lot of games. I mean, they're finished. I mean, they finished top 4 in a World's year.
Really?
At Nationals. So, pretty important. He's knocked over there. Foul is going to be called, or has been called already. There'll be a little bit of discussion. Another disc just went through your picture. That was from the opposing field. And as you saw, that disc that was just thrown back didn't really go that far. You can see how bad the wind is. I believe it's coming in at 0. Turn. Mark with a disc, a big huck.
Go Carson!
I think the disc is over there on the other side of the fence. You're basically going to have to crash it up all the way up the field, and they need to take those crashes when they can. It's crash all the way up the field. That's the only strategy right now. That's the only strategy that's worked in this wind for many teams, especially with that tight cup.
Brian!
5-0.
I think I should go. The one game I watched was theirs.
5-0 now. This is pretty much just an issue of confidence at this point. But the repercussions from this game are interesting. If the score is incredibly lopsided, other teams may have confidence or false confidence against Waterloo, and Waterloo is going to be really hungry. But given how young a team it is and how this is in fact the University Series, many teams simply can't get back in the groove. If they can get back in the groove, that's the most important thing at this time for Waterloo. Get on the board, start scoring points consistently, start moving consistently, just come up with some sort of offensive strategy. Defensively, they need to prevent that huck. It's been a huck and pin strategy, continuously. Huck and pin strategy for Manitoba has worked quite a bit. Medical and physio is now coming in order to look at the Waterloo player's shoulder. I mean, he did wander off the field under his own power. He looks to be in decent shape. It's just going to be a matter of figuring out what's up. Might just be a cramp. Quick movement here. In this wind, you need crisp throws. Leffler with a disc. First name we're going to mention. I think Carson Turner, the captain whom we interviewed earlier. Scuba over the top. Unfortunately, just didn't have the spin or power needed. But once again, the huck goes up.
Good D!
Good defense. Gets it back.
He's a young guy. He's amazing.
Googly eyes over there.
Too old.
Too old for that.
I can't remember where the thing's not from. Just out of nowhere. He just
Just switch.
hands of glue. Just grabs anything.
Very cool. Big huck going up. Lloyd's gonna send it right back. I mean, Oh, that was. It's hard to put blame on anything here. Once again. You know, it's good to see Mark up and around, not injured anymore. He's had a lot of issues in the past. See, very competitive, people jumping everywhere. You know, the wind's carrying things. You're getting a cup, and the issue here is that how close it is. They need to be calling double team, if anything. Standard pass is not working. It's got to be a frustrating game out there. And then Mark's just with his breaks, continuous breaks, and there's 2 players there under that. Bobbled. Premature celebration, but it should be. Is it right now? Is it 5-0 or 6-0? 5-0. It should be 6 with that. Actually, Waterloo's had chances close to the line as well. I got like 3 layers on. Good movement so far.
Oh, go, 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 go! Oh.
It's likely that while Mark has a chance, he's going to try hucking it. Otherwise, it's going to be a break flick, as he's been doing standardly. It's been standard. Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, good job.
It's a perfect put down the line, though. Lafleur's been pretty solid.
Nice job.
Lafleur there again in the middle. We're getting close to the end zone here. About 5 yards out. Oh. Is that Cunningham? Hit through that?
No, it was
Lafleur. Okay. You have to have higher floaty downwind throws. Unfortunately.
Come on, Carson.
Crossfield. Just anchoring this. This is beautiful popping and movement. And it's like uphill movement as well. Like that's just so incredibly important. Called in 6-0. I don't know about viewers at home, but that was a pretty good point. Like this last march up the field by Manitoba. Just fantastic movement. Time? It's 12:18. Rose says hello as well. She's job hunting right now. You too? But it's a tough job market. Lafleur here, dancing again. We missed his dancing unless he dances again. 6-0 right now. I'm actually in a pretty good mood right now because I just realized that I can use my laptop without taking my gloves off.
Realization.
That's a major plus. Now, I really wish I'd found my winter boots this morning. Because it'll be important for Waterloo to get it off this line. They've been stuck on this line basically the entire game, and any time they've been on this line, it's been a turn. As you saw in the previous points, anytime Manitoba received it on the line, all they were looking for was that break into the middle and then right across. And then they were able to, by the time they got all the way across, they were pretty much at 3/4 of the field, and then able to move from there. They're looking for that now as well. Primary look is a break. Dump or a break. That's what they're working. Even though they're giving up field position, they're getting it uphill, uphill, uphill. Great spot now. Now they can move it. A lot of patience. That uphill movement there, that position that if they're on the
Oh, nice grab.
if they're on the far side of the field or on the left side of the field here, what they get is they get room to huck. It'll allow the disc to float, which is what you need here. Otherwise, it's going to really suck. And even that float means it's going to go OB eventually, but at least it gives you a chance to do some hucking and pinning. Mark Lloyd goes over to the disc. He's going to take it. It's interesting when people have two short names, like a first name and a last name that are really short. You just tend to say them both.
Yeah, same for mine.
Junior. Oh, a great hand block. Is that Leffler? I think it was Leffler.
Oh, no.
We did not get that on camera, but there's a bit of slipping going on. Waterloo with a chance here now. Not necessarily the best decision there. Tip on the D. Injury. Players look to be okay. It's just a pause to make sure to allow them to get back up and to be in reasonable shape. Paramedics or sorry, the first responders or first aid have walked away from the sideline now, so we think we're in pretty good shape for that player. We hope he's okay, that he recovers well. Manitoba players also looking at the dump and the swing much earlier. That one just went through the arms. Player, by all accounts, it should have been moved up the field there and possibly for a point. They look for the dump and swing for Waterloo players. Comes so late from the handlers that it's still looking. I mean, we're waiting for the poppers and the cutters here. Good movement uphill here and turn. Now let's compare that to Manitoba. There's a look upfield, looking around. There we go, moved. Again, a look upfield. Makes it 7-zip. Mark's now been on for, I think, pretty much the whole game, staying warm. Manitoba only looks to have 2 lines. Maybe just over 2 lines. Still a pretty short squad. Hey Mark, you're not gonna sub? Alright. All indications, Mark's not gonna sub. He's gonna stay warm. If you remember our interview from earlier, if you've seen our interview, I believe Joe is now on the field. Actually might have gone off. I apologize if I'm making errors there again. It's hard to know everyone, but I will make an effort to do so. Point for half. For Winnipeg. Manitoba again, I apologize. Nice roller. Stays in bounds this time, so they'll get it right on the sideline. This is a very good trap position. And a recovered disc. It's a great layout. I mean, there's no lack of effort from the Waterloo players here. The Waterloo handlers are just doing fantastically well for the conditions. They're trying the best that they can. Here, it's just, there's incredible defense playing against them right now. I think that's been the news for Manitoba. We'll check with them again. We'll talk to them about their defense. But it's just such a focused squad. Again, looking to swing. And then the nice risky pass. But they can rely upon their defense. I mean, they've had pretty much the same number of turns as Waterloo has. But Manitoba's defense, just fantastic. Great big puck. Staying inbounds. Poked away by Mark. It's puck and pin strategy that Waterloo wanted to actually play, I believe. Only being used by, only working for Manitoba, but they're not calling it double teams. Will it come back is a question. It does, but foul, no foul called. Well, initially called but waved off. Great breakthrough. We're finally looking. We might have something here. The wind has died down a little bit. Oh, floating way out of bounds. Fortunately, no chance on that one. Jacob trying to come in after it. Mark will be taking the disc over here. Over here. A little bit cold over here. I can't wait for a few more weeks. I'll be heading to Sarasota. Working with USA Ultimate there, thank you. We'll be doing some of their media stuff, so I'll chat with you on Twitter, get to meet a lot of people, a lot of research, take photos. Hopefully it'll be warm. Heck, if it's 20 degrees, I'll be happy. Foul call. Again, great movement. Always looking for this lateral movement. Waterloo's got a good chance here now. Their defense actually came out on that one. You can't blame the wind or give it credit for that. That was just good hard D. Oh, I apologize, missed that, but there's the point. Waterloo. Waterloo on the board, 7-1. Signs of life, maybe? Too early to call. If there's any viewers out there still with us, I think you should be. It's a pretty good game. It's not a clinic. Both teams have had many chances. I think the biggest thing that we're seeing right now is just a difference in strategy. Not necessarily execution, but a strategy and one that's very well defined, and perhaps a failure by a defense to execute properly on their own strategy. Manitoba's got to stay focused. They've really got to stay focused at this time. It'll be very easy for them to give it up. I mean, to run into the hard cap, but you shouldn't rely upon that. Don't think they have a bye next. Clearly having fun though. One of the players laid out on a slide to stop the rolling disc. Unfortunately, the wind just flipped it over and kept going. Better defense here from the looks of it. Push upfield, but it's still just. Is it a cup? Yep. No, it's actually a wall. It's a good adjustment. I think they've been playing it for a few points, but that's. He's definitely looking for the huck. Pausing, disc on the field. I'll adjust the camera because I'm riveted by the play. I forgot to move the camera. Apologies to all our listeners for the wind noise. It is, I kid you not, it is at least 10 times worse out there than in here. Scooper gets blocked. It's a good shift on the zone from not playing too tightly on that side. Allows them to adjust a little bit. Everyone stop for equipment. Hammer attempt, and it was a good attempt. That did float enough. Manitoba needs to get half here. Those upwind points are starting to get harder and harder for them to get. Waterloo has adjusted their defense. It won't be free points anymore. They need to just punch it in here. Stay with the downwind strategy that they've been playing. Slight downwind, of course. Sticking with the modified wall. Carson Bott flips it over to not sure whom. He may have caught that in the air, but non-issue. All right, here we go. 7-2 in a tough spot. It's that mental edge right now. Manitoba's only got half in their mind. But that half is all the way up the field. And last time they strung together 6 or 7 perfect throws, well, relatively good throws for this wind, just to get that. And it was a long point. They now need to pull that off against a Waterloo D that's far more confident than it was just 2 points ago. Manitoba's adjusting their defense on the sideline. They're talking to a few players, making sure that they know what they need to do when they need to do it. There's a lot of coaching ability on this team. They come from a great coaching program. Mods has done a great job with teams. They've really built up a good program. I mean, that's the evidence there is with strike, with the players that come out of strike, with flood. I think the women's teams are also coming along. Unfortunately, I don't have any information, so I'm not going to make stuff up. Although it's fun to make stuff up. There we go. Oh. Fantastic defense by Mark Lloyd. I'm more impressed that I actually managed to get that on video, that I finally was paying enough attention to move the camera rather than watch the play. I managed to do both, so maybe there's something to this. Maybe I can actually pull this off. Waterloo here with another chance to break, make it 7-3. Entire sideline is bunched up. Really poachy D right now by Winnipeg. Calls a no huck from the sideline. It's that adjusted D. Now they're calling no huck earlier in the game, but it wasn't. The defense was still not as tight. Sorry, all over the place there, but break. Again, for those of you who have tuned in or are just tuning in, apologies for the wind. I mean, I ordered better weather, but appears not to have come. Timeout has been called by Manitoba. The primary adjustment will be that they can't. Their brakes just aren't getting through anymore. The wind might have picked up a little bit, but the throws that are coming have to be longer. Their mids need to be adjusting to come in. normally they're mid-mid, so the dump handler, the middle dump handler, played significantly closer. But they've started backing off a little bit. Might be because they're tired, maybe because they're a little bit confident. Unknown reason why, but that might be one adjustment to make it this time as well. The wind is gusting here, so it's a sustained 40 km/h wind, and it's gusting to 80 at least right now. Anything that isn't tied down is flying away. Anytime the disc shows a little lip, it's gone. In fact, let's watch a little bit of the women's game over here right now. You can really hear the wind whistling right now. Just as we shift over. Timeout. It's a good call. Here we go. I'm going to just jog around very quickly. My chair has fallen over. Little bit of drizzle now. It's gonna just cool things up a little bit, but we've been very fortunate that it hasn't rained as much as we were expecting it to do. It might start up soon, I hope not. Yesterday it rained at least 10 millimeters. We were told officially it was just over 10. This is the dangerous part. Carson's calling to jacket. That's the appropriate movement. There we go, halftime. Manitoba takes half, 8-3. There's a spell of 3 breaks in a row by Waterloo in the middle where they were showing signs of life. I think it's still there. I mean, it was just before this point. They're in decent shape going to the second half. A lot of time is run off the clock at this time. So they don't have time necessarily to win this game. But they certainly have time to come back, make it close, and make a statement to say that they do know how to play, that they can adjust their defense, that they can make a game out of this. The biggest thing they'll have to take out of this game is the adjustment. How are they going to adjust before the next games? Manitoba needs to focus, stay in the game, stay warm, remain as injury-free as possible. That, I think, will be the biggest issue. So what do you think, Junior? It's pretty exciting there?
Getting better, yeah. They're figuring out heartbreak.
Yeah. Your presence on the sideline helped.
Oh yes, of course. What is it, 8-3?
8-3. Indeed. 8-3.
I think if I stuck a popsicle stick in this, I could it would be literally a freebie. Turn it upside down, take the tip off.
You're talking about the hot chocolate there.
Yeah, it's not hot anymore.
It's cold now.
All the Winnipeg guys are like, oh, this is like average weather for us. We're used to playing in it.
You know what? 6 months from now, when it's spring, and we have this sort of weather, we'll be like, oh, it's so warm. It's so warm now.
That's true. It's just because we're used to it. Did you see that crowd? Unbelievable.
Which one?
It was so sick.
video from him from like CEUUC in London, where it was the same sort of thing, that he'd be running across the field to get onto his mark, he'd look upfield, and then he'd see, oh, there's someone long, he'd just lay up, right? And that dissuaded the throw, and he's gotten these that way. He's just a very smart heads-up player, and I think other people need to learn from that. I'm learning from that.
He's got this field sense. He knows where people are and what they're doing.
Yeah, remember that? Rotate your core. Pretty good weight. So a lot of wind noise in here, but 12 millimeters of rain yesterday, which is 12 liters of water for every meter squared, is what it comes down to. That is a lot of rain. Just a few more hours of this, only 5 more hours of being out here in the cold for me. The last game here finishes at 18:30. I forgot I was such a rude. I think we're gonna have a good women's game coming up next. What we will have, which will be very important, and perhaps one of the most. Oh, I just broke my chair. I think I actually just broke it. It's so fat. Like, literally, it's gone. It's so cold that my chair froze and broke. Oh, sorry, I got another one. Yeah, right here.
This morning, I came picking up, and he was like, so cold. He was shivering. He had the heat on high in the car. And I was like, oh, it's not that bad out. Like, I don't know why you're so cold. And now I understand.
The other chair, right?
I think you brought two.
I know. I brought. No, it's broken as well. Oh no. Oh, I have 2 broken chairs. Oh, there's a game going on. Apologize. We're at a half now, and Manitoba pulled, and they've got the turn. Wind has really picked up now. But they're going to be able to. That is a good spot for Manitoba to be in. Ooh. It was close enough that they could possibly have gotten to Callahan.
Really?
Yes. Manitoba starts the half with a break. Is that what you're saying? You're just there to distract them.
Not at all. Support.
Not showing a lot of energy right now, this O-line. Certainly cold.
First dance moves.
And there's a call for a soft cap, a hard cap. figuring out what's going on. Andrew Leffler there. Providing theatrics. Let's stay on him. I need to clean the lens of this without using my finger. I'm going to bring out some Tiffin lens cleaning glass. When you need to clean your lens, use anything you want, really.
Are those like the wipes that you use in the bath?
No, they're actually... that's not looking all that much better. I'm sure that whatever UV coating is on here, I've now removed it. And this is worse. Okay, nope, now we're back in focus. Okay, it works. What happened is I was cleaning it and it blurred because I was trying to focus on my...
Oh. Those are specifically lens wipes. What is this?
Which disc do I follow? That one.
Oh. Okay, back to that.
Great defense. Apologize for the lack of banter with myself here. I'm just cold. Left over the disc. Camera's not working right now. They did, I think, no. Inverted backhand puck. That's right, that's right. Drop disc perhaps, or very close. They're trying to move this along. No hut called. We're going to see what they get. They've got a, oh, that's a good adjustment. It's on the swing. It's not the mid that comes in. That's just completely clamped down. There's really only one thing they can do. No call on the play. Just counting it in now, making sure it's fair, and then taking the time. I think there's a question of how many timeouts there are per half here. It's the first in this half. I might be asked, and I'm not quite sure what the rule is here. I think yesterday was 2 per half. I'm just going to hold the wall up here. I can't. sorry about that. The score's still up. There's a disagreement over timeout, so bit of heckling for for their own player on the sideline, taking his hat off. Okay, so now the swing. Sorry, apologies. I just got some water in my face. They're taking us straight up there for the one. I would say the not the top, but the home side of the cup. The adjustment there means that they really do prevent the swing. Normally what players will do, they'll put the top in, or teams will put the top in to try and prevent the huck. It's not entirely the best option. Here we go, 10-3. So, let's recap what's happened so far. Both my chairs have broken. The weather is pretty cold. It looks like there's a bit of rain coming. I'll do a weather check shortly. It's pretty interesting. The fields are pretty damp. I went over some of the other ones and they're still muddy, but it's not standing water. We've been holding this tent up as much as possible. But you know what? Pretty happy. Anytime you can spend a day watching Ultimate or involved with Ultimate, it's a pretty good day.
Hi.
Hey. This pull did not go as well as intended. They are, well, except the turn. But in great field position. Again, uphill movement. Players who don't necessarily know what that means, it means you're going towards the break side. I had an opportunity earlier this year to play with parts of, with basically what is downtown Brown. Motley crew of basically just fantastic people. I played with them at Poultry Days. Many players from all over the U.S. there. College players from Stanford, from Tennessee. Most exciting was playing with a few players from CLX. And a gentleman who named Bob, his nickname's Bob. He's just, I think, one of the most fantastic handlers ever. He plays a squat position handler. And is just basically able to put it anywhere on the field, which is very focused. Sorry I missed that, just had no idea where it was. Mark gets the D that time though. I mean, it's pretty much 90% of the time that he's going to be bringing it down. Anyways, going back to Bob. The amount of time he spent just making sure that the team was focused was very important. And as a leader, it's important. And that might be part of the reason why Mark's staying on there. But he's making certain strategic decisions. but he's there. He's keeping him up. He's keeping him up. I mean, they're having a good time, and that's the key. Is that a team's leader, or their leaders, in this case there are leaders here, because they've all had a lot of experience. The team as a whole needs to ensure that everyone's doing well. Everyone's on the same page, in good spirits. Great grab there. One of the issues that end up happening, especially with younger players, is that they get in their heads quite a bit. Perhaps they overthink plays, or they're just having an off day and they try to do what they can. Likely going to be foul called on that. Thank you. Slightly different angle expected on that disc. Here we go. Stayed in though, within the fence. What can we expect here? I think 102! Pardon me? I think so. Let me check. No. Captains will agree and come to a decision. I think they're just trying to figure out their time. Focus on this and then check the time afterwards. Really tight cup here. Almost came back in. Take a look. They're sticking into a man, but very poachy. The game finishes. excited. Let's get back on the line, they say.
Wow. That's impressive. That's real Frisbee live.
Exactly. That's why we're here, aren't we?
Yes. That's true.
At least. This time slot ends at 13:15. It's 13:05. I have the schedule here. Right? Like, I'm not wrong here, am I? What? I am wrong?
Do you think that's where the medics are?
Yeah, they're in that big white tent over there.
Big white tent down there?
Yeah.
Did you say the medics?
All right, game is continuing here. Because that's what I do. It's 10-4. 10 minutes left in this game. And then we're going to see UG Guelph against I'm not sure whom. I'm going to try to cover. That'd be a pretty good game.
Well, these are the girls who are on the field. Unless you're on the field.
Oh, game is on. Apologies for that. But they already did their high fives. Huck, 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 huck. But basically with time cap in place, I think it's pretty safe to say Manitoba's going to win this.
Not better though.
See, just quick movements. I just need this is asking for an over-the-top hammer.
Who's over there?
The wind. The wind is over there playing
The
defense.
wind defended.
That was a travel.
Parsons. You know what? You're ridiculous.
I'm just staying warm. If Rose was here, we'd be dancing.
Taylor. Nice job.
That's a good D. It's good positioning. Maybe a bit too far back.
Monarch butterfly. I was like, what the heck is it doing here? It's just a migraine away.
It's going to die.
Actually. Oh. Oh, come on, Carson. Good job. Oh. Good job. Go see. Oh.
They're so fast and they're just waiting for that. Did we catch that? Wow. Incroyable.
Incroyable.
You remember that? Nice enough. Def Jam comedy. Some sort of call. Oh! Took that. Sprinkling. There's a horn. Horn! That's the horn. You play one more point. You play the point. You don't have to. That was hard. I don't know. I was like, how does it make a difference? But actually, I asked if they want to play. It's their choice. your flashes on. I don't think it's lighting up the scene adequately though.
I know.
All right, they're playing one more point. I think the biggest disappointment is you don't come to GB anymore.
I haven't gone for the last 2 years. Actually, that's not true. I went 3 years ago and 2 years ago, but not this year. This past year.
2 years.
Why?
Tension.
Tension?
So you know Shay's pregnant? She's giving birth like in the next 2 weeks.
No.
Yeah. It's pretty good. She's been trying for a while.
Oh my goodness.
So happy about that. I think the whole community is, really.
Wow.
Yeah. That means she'll be back playing next summer.
Yeah, that's
Because she
true.
wasn't able to play this summer, right? I think that's what we're really after, right? Can you play Ultimate? Yes, you're useful to us. No? Oh, game's on. And they got a D right away. I got a little bit of water again on the lens. We'll take care of that shortly. Rain is coming down now.
Can you take a picture?
Yup. Yes. Ready? 3, 2. 3, 2, 1.
Jeez.
Is it 2 timeouts per half?
I think that's what the call was, but now you're into caps. Oh no, you're not in caps yet.
Yeah, you know, yes.
Did you score before or after the horn?
We didn't hear before.
Okay, the horn is gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
The high. Okay, so it's the last point.
After this point, it'll be hard cap. So as soon as it's scored, hard cap.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. If Waterloo scores this, it'll be 11-5. Now the wind's coming from a different direction.
I know. Can't really tell how it is. Woo!
Is that Cam?
That's it. That's all she wrote.
11-5 is the final here in this showcase game on the turf field, 9A. This game jinxed by Junior.
Not at all. Support it. What are you talking about?
So cold. So what you hear is basically the tent behind us protesting at being out in this weather. And it's cleaned off. Wind is shifting slightly. We're probably going to have to change the orientation of our systems here. Jenna in a bad mood. Discussion by captains. We'll try to get some of the captains in here shortly. Chat with them about the game. Now we need to make sure that we have the right teams. 9-8! This is 8! This is 9-8! 9-8! Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Did you see this? All this blew away.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's alright. I gotta throw all of this out anyways.
Why?
Because it's broken.
It's broken.
My chairs are broken. Do you have time? Do you have time? Any other